Before this video starts, I want to say thank you very much for supporting while I've been off for a while. I do really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, check out the videos, check out the sales videos and the walking videos. You won't be disappointed. But today, we've got basically a mixture of sales from the past, so like 6 weeks or so, 7 weeks, going through June, May. I think there's a tiny bit of April in, I'm not too sure, but I'm going to be getting these back on the path now and get started doing the reselling again properly. But I hope you enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sales and Trails. My name's Nick. Thanks for joining me on my flipping adventure. Sorry, I've been a little bit sporadic when it comes to these sales videos. I've been kind of a little bit down. I've been having some illness. I had a chest infection and a lot of other things that happened. Trying to not let it stop the flow of the sales and flow of the videos to you guys, but it has been a bit hard recently. But we'll start off the video with well, it wasn't an eBay sale, actually it was a vintage sale, bit of an unusual one. Done one of these before, gosh, 3/4 of the way through last year, easy, and it was a DS, and this one is a Coral DS this time. Nintendo, really good condition, came with Wally in the back. It's still got the stylus, still got everything with it, all the mod cons works, no problem at all. And also, I've done it as a bundle. We have a Super Mario's Bro to go alongside it, or the new Super Mario, all in there, and I've also added a Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance. So all that together, along with a charger, was £50 on Vinted sold. Paid £14 for everything in total, so £36 profit is a good start to the week. For me, if I could do that at least 3-4 times a month, I'm quite happy with all the extra little bits and bobs, but it has been quite slow recently. I'm assuming it's going to be something to do maybe with the economic sort of situation at hand, maybe this war in Iran and other scenarios, which is not allowing people, making people really a bit more, not really wanting to buy stuff as stuff, reserved, I would say, maybe spending their money. So we'll see what happens throughout the week, and hopefully we'll pick up some more sales for you. And for us, actually, come think of it. Right then, we've been having a bit of a quiet week. I've not been extremely up for doing crazy amounts of reselling, but I've basically been listing a couple of items up on Vinted just to keep the account active, as well as a couple on eBay, especially some sports tops which I've accumulated over time. So like Liverpool 2008, 2009 sort of ones, a couple of Manchester United ones, and other bits and bobs there. But yeah, a couple of sales there, nothing but spectacular. I've got 4 sales in total. Couple of quid profit really overall. One of them actually made a loss, and it's this one here. I should have really checked this at a car boot. So this is a Fuji 12.2 megapixel. I think it's an A something, A5, oh yeah, A235. Basically, always check what you're doing with these. The on and off button is jammed. I'm assuming needs a lubricant in there to sort that out. Don't really have time to do it. And the battery port looked quite clean when I checked the batteries, but obviously they changed the batteries, didn't do a final check. I should have really taken the battery out and had a look at it properly. Inside is corroded. The person who's buying it, using it for parts, hopefully they can get some items from it, make it worth their while. But they bought it for £5. I actually bought it for £5. Made a mistake on the postage, so I actually overcharged the customer, which kind of helps, but I obviously don't like doing that. This sold, made a loss of about £50 a pound. It is where it is, but it all goes back into the coffers anyway, and hopefully I won't make that mistake again. The other item, I've had a bunch of figures for ages. I just needed to reduce them a little bit, and hopefully the shot should start shifting. Can't really speak today. This one is a Venom. Now this is a 2017, I think it is. 2017 Hasbro Marvel Venom. Don't really see many of these around often. I sold it for £5, I picked it for £1, but the beauty of it, it has a rotating tongue, which is quite cool. A couple of quid profit in it for me. Like I said, I got a bunch of figurines, which I just need to go through, list them, even bulk them together just to get a little bit more profit out of them and make them more sellable as well. We'll go on to Vinted now. As we know, apart from the odd bit of electronics, you know, like the DS's and all that, so I tend to think sells a little bit better on Vinted. Not always, but you normally get a bit more money for the worth. We got 3 more clothing sales. So this one I wanted to keep for myself, but I just don't think I'd ever wear it. It's a Peanuts Snoopy, but it's obviously done by Primark. Well, I say obviously, I shouldn't say it's obviously, but there's a tag for Primark on there. It's actually fairly rare. It's a sort of Christmas t-shirt, as you can see with Snoopy on his dog house. It's meant to look like that. It's meant to look all faded and broken. Picked it up for £1, sold it for £6, so £5 profit. Easy to ship, not a problem there. The next one, I actually bought for £2.50, sold it for £5. So doubling your money. The only reason why I put it down for a £5 is because I wasn't 100% sure on the origin of it. It just says Def Leppard on the back. So as I said there, Def Leppard top in black. I always go with these by here. £2.50, £5 sold, not a problem. I haven't really listened to Def Leppard a lot, to be honest, but the next item did make me a couple of quid. I think it was a £10 profit overall for this one. Picked it up in a charity shop for £8, I think. It was either 6 or 8. And it is a Levi Strauss for girls jacket, size large. Not a lot to it really. See, navy sort of blue denim jacket. Yeah, like I said, picked it up for £6 or £8, sold it for £18 on Vinted. So lovely. I had a lot of low balling with this, like £8, £9, and I was like, nah, you're alright. And then someone just bought out of the blue for 18. Happy days.
Right then, we got 2 sales for eBay. I've been MIA most of the weekend. I've had this really bad sort of nasally, sort of cold. It's still lingering, but I'm getting better. But we did have 2 sales over the weekend, and it's Monday now, so I'm just going to be shipping them tonight. But I thought I'd do a quick video for you guys. The first one, super cheap item, bought it for 10 pence. A little bundle, they were just there chucked in a little box. Not the greatest condition, but they are fairly vintage. And they are a bundle of 64 cards from Thunderball. As you can see there, this ink on this one here. They're not all like that, so let's try and find one of the sort of better ones. There you go. Roger Moore, I think that is there on that one there. We do have number 1 in here as well, which is one of the Bond girls on a motorbike, which is always really good to have. But 64 of them in total. There's duplicates, there are ones that are damaged. As you can see, there's also ones that got little bits of writing on them. So someone's basically just gone over these, but 10 pence into £20. They sold £20 plus postage. Not bad. You just never know what you're going to find in these little boxes in charity shops and sort of car books and like that. Always worth just having a little gander, even if it's cheap, because you never know what gem you might find. The next one is the other side of the spectrum to a degree. It cost £10, sold for 23. Something I've never sold before, and I didn't really understand it too much, but I seen it and it had the tag still left on it. And it is a sort of an overcoat or overshirt. What is it now? It's a sort of linen, is it? Oh, so yeah, it's a Monica jacket, silk, and it's made by Anoka or Anoki. Hi, can't pronounce it anyway. It's an XL. It's blue. It's lovely. Very good sort of feeling to it. And as you can see here, it was RS 4,800. So I'm imagining that's like rupees or whatever. I'm not 100% sure on my currencies, but picked up for 10, sold for 23, so profit in it for me. Not going to complain as per usual about those items. A nice little start to the week. I'm going to start listing crazy amounts now coming up for this next a couple of weeks. I'm going to push out Vinted as much as I possibly can. I think at the moment they're changing their algorithm, so we'll wait and see. Supposedly they're trying to introduce the older items back into circulation more than people just deleting and uploading, because that's what's making people banned. Right then, we've been crushing it this week. We got 4 sales, 3 for Vinted, 1 for eBay, but the eBay is a bundle. We'll start off with the Vinted first because they are the lesser in value and sort of varying as well. So we've got a cycling jacket. It's a size 13, 14-year-old, and it is a brand called Pulamagia. Not very good at pronouncing names, I do apologise, but orange, lovely little thing, perfect for safety and protection from the rain and wind and everything like that as well. But picked it up for £1 in a jumbo sale, sold it for £4. £3 profit, not a lot, but really easy to ship. You've got to look at it in terms of easy to ship, and it takes 2 minutes to upload those items, so no problem there. We have from the same jumbo sale. Now this one I kind of did cheap because it's bulky and it's kind of on the back end of the seasons. It's obviously starting to heat up. And it is a Laura Ashley size 20 coat. Got some marks on it, some few little marks here and there, but fantastic brand, Laura Ashley. As you see, tag right by here as well. It was £1, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to do it cheap. Like I said, seasonal, £8 sold. Flew out, no problem with me. £7 profit on that. That's, you know, comfortably in my upper margins of like percentages anyway. But the last item I got from a charity shop, and it was £6. It was a bit different, and I thought times have changed a little bit when it comes to sort of politics and everything like that as well. And a lot of people want a bit more peace, harmony, hope, and we're going to go for this item. I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. It was £6, so I paid a little bit more than I thought I was going to do for it. It's a Brooklyn, or trademark Brooklyn cloth, MFG Co. And it's basically got like one world, one goal, spread kindness. The recycling sort of symbols as well. It's got some little mushrooms and stuff like that down on the side down there. A nice little imprint on the back as well, and a peace symbol on the back. Sold that for £15 on Vinted, so £9 profit for me. Lovely little garment. Could have probably sold it for more, but just wanted someone else to have it. It's a size medium. It's sort of a whitey, sort of beigey colour. Lovely item. Easy to ship as well. All that together there, that's what, £7 profit on the Laura Ashley, £3 on the other one there, £19 profit for the 3 items. Not too bad. Now I thought about doing a little montage of the items that I've sold, well, this item in particular, over the course of a couple of episodes. It's been more frequent recently, and someone decided to buy the bulk of them. And they're the last 3 of the iPod shuffles. Brand new, sealed, 512 megabytes, 120 songs on them, all there. I did loads of extensive pictures and that for the customer. I had them up for £55. They offered 48, and I said, you know what, take them for 51. And they said no problem. £153 for the 3 of them. Paid £4.44, I think it was, for each. So call that 13 quid, 14 quid. Easy making £120 profit just off these 3. But that's a fantastic sale. Gonna be a little bit gutted. I was gonna keep one myself, but yeah, going out now, and we'll make sure they're out safe and secure as well. As they mentioned, they would like to have images to make sure everything's kosher when it comes to the packing. Lovely little profit on that for me. Right then, we got another quick sale with eBay. Vinted, I've been having some offers. People lowballing me. Sometimes they're on about 50-60% off. I'm thinking, no chance. But anyway, we got a 24-hour Here's to Man, so 24-hour Le Mans cap. It doesn't have all the tags in it. It does have this Aid pack with a French email address on there for the pack. Yeah, bought it for like, I think it was £2.50, £2.50, sold it for 10. Probably £4 or £5 profit in it for me overall, but selling stuff, like I said, I've been looking for more caps. It's been terrible weather at the moment, so car boots are off. They cancelled for this weekend again. I've got a couple in the bag just at the top there, so we're going to go through those. But yeah, tidy little profit on that. Hopefully we'll get more.
Sorry, the sales videos have been a bit sporadic, guys. I've sort of changed the way I'm going to be doing things. So I have got some sales to show you, but I'm going to change how I approach doing the reselling. So instead of doing like one video a week on what I've sold throughout the week, I might just do it like once a month, do pictures with me with it, do a breakdown of exactly how much I've spent in a month and how much I've made. Obviously, I'll give you a little snippet of how much I made per item as well. But I'll be doing that because it's more time efficient, because it's coming up to summer now. I need to be starting to get out there more. I need to sell a lot more as well to be able to make our targets. I will be doing more shorts of what I sold, maybe a couple of items in the week of going, oh, this sold and this is how much I made, or what I sold today or something like that. See what happens. I might do those on Facebook, YouTube and TikTok. not 100% sure on the Facebook one as of yet, but we'll get into the sales now. And what I'll do is I'll probably leave a couple more sales, hopefully up until the end of the month, and then starting May, I will do the new sort of process. But we'll start off with Vinted. So Vinted, I've had this item for a long time, pretty up actually last summer I think it was, and it just no nibbles on it, and then it sold instantly this summer. And it's a Psy banana shirt. Like, I picked it up for like £2 or £3, sold it for £5. Not a lot of money in it, but people like these sort of items for summer because you usually get people wanting to do days out or something like that, you know, it's one of those ones. But a couple of quick profit for me. Now this item I sold super cheap and it flew out straight away. I realised the mistake as soon as it was bought. It is what it is. I still made money on it, and it is a 2017, I think, Paul Frank youth backpack. Picked up for like £2, sold it for £8. I think I was meant to put 12 down. It would have still flown out even at that price. I think there's at least 15-20 in this one here, but Vinted, no fees. I'm making money. Someone's getting a cheap item and a really good item at that. And yeah, no problem. It's sold, it's money. This item, I've got a bunch of plushes I need to go through. And this is one of them. I got like 3 or 4 different types of this. Sorry, that's moving there. It's a My Little Pony. I think this is Rainbow Dash. I'm not 100% sure. I've completely forgot when I uploaded it. It's a Hasbro 2020 on the back of it. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Bought it for £1. Sold it for £2.60, I think it was, or something like that. Not a lot of money in it. There's not a lot of money when it comes to certain plushes, but they're always extra. And finally, we have a pair of espadrilles that I picked up from a jumbo sale a couple of weeks ago. Didn't really look at the insoles too much, and I realised one of the insoles is like pretty damaged, but the outers are really good. And they are a pair of super dry espadrilles. Just got these little tags on the back. You got one red and one blue. As you can see, this one, the insoles is really nice. This one, not so much. Picked them up for £1, sold them for £3.50. It's money at the end of the day. It all adds to the kitty. We have one eBay, and this is actually half personal, half a pickup. I picked up one of the games for £3, and the other one was from my collection. But I wanted to do them as a bundle, and they are 2 Game Boy Advance games. One of them is Fire Emblem. I don't know if you can see through that. And the other one is Fire Emblem, The Sacred Stones. Now, The Sacred Stones is not my one. I never played it, but it does work. I was a huge fan of Fire Emblem in the day, and yeah, just don't have the time to play them anymore. This is a Euro version of it, and same with my Fire Emblem copy. Both work, both in great condition as well. So you can see the stickers on them are very good. Sold those for, I think it was £51. I call it £3 paid for it, obviously taking a little bit out from my collection as well. But that's not bad. I think there's like 40 odd quid profit in it for me overall. But then that would be the sales probably for this week. I'm going to still plow on. If there's any other ones that come up, I will let you know. Right, to finish off the video, like I said, I'm going to be changing over the sort of format of how I do the reselling sort of sales videos. 3 more sales in total. One of them for eBay, 2 of them for Vinted. The first one is the eBay one, and it is this vintage Gordon's finest gold little fanny pack as such. Basically, it's a little mini cooler, which is really awesome when you look at it. The inside's got a little bit of marks to it, and that it was actually in my nan's garage. So I think this is probably like 80s, maybe 90s. I couldn't really find much information on it. The zip works and everything is pretty good with it, to be honest. But I let it go cheap enough, £15. Didn't cost me anything, so happy days on that. We'll go through the Vinted ones now. And one is a part of that bundle which I had with the My Chemical Romance shirt. And this one is the last, I think, of the standard anime. I think I got one that's like a Primark sort of one. And it's the Attack on Titan. So these were £1.75 each. Sold this one for £5.75 to make £4 profit. That's alright on the top, and it's kind of like the last of the bundle, so we made pretty good on that one. Finally, sold these ones ages ago, and they just sort of keep creeping up in price. So this is something that's like a bit of a bolo sort of one. It's not a massive bolo, but if you see them for £1, they're going to make you an extra couple of quid. And they are Xbox 360 games. and they're great games. Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Both got manuals. Discs are, but they both work. I did test them. Going out to a lovely lady for her son's birthday. Obviously, I should really check how old he was because they're both 18s, but it is where it is. And I played these long ago. Picked them up, £1 each, sold them for 20 quid. CEX, you can trade them in for about 24, but obviously they're particular when it comes to discs. If you're trying to buy them from CEX, it's 38 quid, so she's getting a bargain there. But I don't mind doing that. And there we have it, guys. That's the first sales back from the break done. We had some good sales there, didn't we? It's going to change a little bit in the next video. It's going to be a bit more like sort of just pointing exactly what's been sold. There'll be a couple of parts of them saying there's a bit of a bolo sort of situation with some items. But then we're going to revert back to the norm. But thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, click the like button, and just join me on my flipping adventure. And I'll see you in the next video.